section 14.7. And in section 14.7, we will be going over how to simplify complex fractions. When we're simplifying complex fractions, we want to multiply the numerator and denominator by the LCD of the whole fraction. And then we reduce. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Directions are just going to be to simplify. And let's say we had a problem where it's 4 plus x over 6 divided by 4 plus x over 3. First thing we have to do is figure out what is the least common denominator for the whole fraction. So we're looking at the 6 and we're looking at the 3. When we talked about least common denominators in the previous section, the LCD for this problem would just be 6. So the way we simplify is we multiply the numerator and the denominator by 6. If you do that, let's see what we get here. We get 6 times 4 plus x over 6 divided by 6 times 4 plus x over 3. These 6's cancel. 3 goes into 6 twice, and we're just left with 4 plus x over 2 times 4 plus x. These are the same factor, so our final answer would just be 1/2. Like this. -5 over 14x squared divided by 20 over 21x to the third. We have to look at our denominator and figure out what's the least common denominator. So the smallest number that we could divide into 14 and 21, I think would be 42. And then x to the third. So again, the least common denominator, this is the smallest number all the denominators can divide into. And this is going to be the highest power of the variable. Let's go ahead and multiply by 42x to the third on the top and bottom. And what we wind up with is 42 divided by 14 is 3. X squared goes into x to the third 2 times. So we're just left with 3x times -5 over 21 goes into 42 twice. X to the thirds cancel, and we're just left with 2 times 20, giving us -15x over 40, or -3x over 8. Give me a second to get caught up. All right, let's move on to the next one, C. It says 4 over 5 minus 7 over x, all divided by 5 over 6 plus 1 over x squared. Now we're looking at all of the denominators. So that means 5x, 6, and x squared. So the LCD here between 5 and 6 is 30. Between x and x squared is x squared. And what we're going to do is multiply that times the entire top and the entire bottom. Get that. Now let's simplify. 5 goes into 30 6 times, so this would be 6 times x squared times 4, minus x goes into x squared once. This is just 30 times 7 times x, all divided by 6 goes into 35 times. So 5 times x squared times 5. And the x squareds cancel. Well, the complex fraction, because obviously we have fractions inside of other fractions. So to simplify here, we get 24x squared minus 210x, all divided by 25, x squared plus 30. And that's it. There's nothing else we could do. We could take out a 6x on top and a 5 on the bottom, but those wouldn't cancel. So it doesn't even pay to factor. Next, let's try 2 plus 4 over y minus 6 divided by y plus 8 over y minus 6. The LCD here would just be y minus 6, so we're going to multiply everything on top and on the bottom by that. These denominators cancel, and we're just left with 2y minus 12 plus 4 divided by y squared minus 6y plus 8. Cleaning this up a little bit, this would just be 2y minus 8 over, this factors to be y minus 4 times y minus 2. And these could be long problems. You want to just keep factoring until you can't. So we could take a 2 out of the top. And we're just left with our final answer of 2 over y minus 2. A couple more in this section. What if we had nx plus nb divided by x squared minus b squared, all divided by x plus b divided by x minus b? In order to figure out the least common denominator, we have to factor. So what we wind up with is, we could just take an n out of the top, we get x plus b. The bottom is x plus b times x minus b. It's the difference of perfect squares. And the bottom is still x plus b over x minus b. By factoring, we could see these factors cancel. So really what we're left with is n over x minus b divided by x plus b over x minus b. So we factored first to try to get the LCD. Now we can see the LCD. It's just x minus b. And I'll multiply top and bottom by that. And we'll just do x minus b times n over x minus b divided by x minus b times x plus b over x minus b. These will cancel, and your final answer is just n over x plus b. Kind of fun doing math with no numbers, right? Arithmetic is math with numbers. Algebra is math with letters. Maybe in a couple semesters when you take pre-calc, that's math with words. One more problem from this section. It says c over a plus a over c, all divided by c over a minus a over c. Looking at all of our denominators, we need an a and a c. So I'm going to multiply that times the top and bottom. Everything on top by AC, everything on the bottom by AC. Well, let's see what we come up with here. We can cancel out the a's, we can cancel out the c's, but we wind up with c squared plus a squared on top. And on the bottom, the a's cancel, we just get c squared minus a squared.